So in today's video, I'll be discussing the top prospect that I would want the Knicks to select if they end up moving up in the 2022 NBA Draft Lottery on Tuesday. And the team has just recently announced today that Executive Vice President and Senior Basketball Advisor William Wesley, aka Worldwide Wes, will be the Knicks representative in the 2022 NBA Draft Lottery on Tuesday on ESPN. So I'm definitely hoping that Worldwide Wes will be able to change the Knicks' bad luck in the lottery and turn it into good luck. And New York has a 9.4% chance of moving up into the top 4 on Tuesday and a 2% chance of getting the first overall pick. But the most likely scenario at 77% chance for the Knicks would be to stay at pick number 11. And at a 12% chance, the worst possible case scenario for the Knicks on Tuesday would be to move down to pick number 12. So with all that out of the way, now let's get into the top prospect that I think New York should draft if they get lucky and move up into the top 4. So in my opinion, the number 1 prospect in terms of fit with the New York Knicks if they get lucky and move up in this year's draft lottery would be Purdue point guard Jaden Ivey. So last season for Purdue University, Jaden Ivey averaged about 17.5 points per game, as well as 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. And this was all while shooting about 46% from the field, 36% from three-point range, and 75% from the free throw line. And at 6'4" and 20 years old, Jaden Ivey could be a combo guard for any team. And I really believe that a backcourt of Immanuel Quickley and Jaden Ivey for the future would definitely be successful in the league. And that would especially be true if Jaden Ivey keeps improving his three-point jump shot and his consistency. And Ivey has a ton of defensive potential as a Ja Morant type of player on that end, and he's very explosive and athletic. And a future starting lineup of players like Ivey, Quickley, Barrett, Toppin, and maybe Mitchell Robinson would be very intriguing in the league as a young team. And even if New York does not move up in this year's draft lottery, they still should try to trade up for a player like Jaden Ivey. And that's mainly because Jaden Ivey has extreme upside as a Ja Morant type of a ceiling. And he could very well end up being that superstar point guard that the Knicks have all been waiting for. And recently, I've been hearing that the Knicks have been more intrigued about the possibility of Jaden Ivey and Immanuel Quickley as their backcourt. And of course, they'll be very happy to move up and draft someone like Jaden Ivey without any need to give up any assets. But even if they were to stay put at pick number 11, they would still likely need to trade up, and they could definitely do so with their assets. And if the Knicks would actually get extremely lucky with their 2% chance of getting the number 1 pick in this year's draft lottery, they could actually take someone like Jabari Smith Jr. or Paolo Banchero. But that would only make sense with the assumption that they're going to move Julius Randle this offseason. And that is because both players mainly play the power forward position, but the Knicks can also trade down if they get the number 1 pick to pick number 4 or 5 to still draft Purdue's Jaden Ivey. But if they actually stay put with pick number 11, it's going to be tough to move up into the top 4 or 5. And I do believe that New York has enough assets to move up into the top 5 in this year's draft, especially if they include players like Cam Reddish, Quentin Grimes, Deuce McBride, and future picks. So with all that out of the way, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of the potential fit with Jaden Ivey in New York if they move up in this year's draft. And also comment down below which player you want the Knicks to select if they were to move up into the top 4. And if you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more New York Knicks draft content like this, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and it's been KNYT here and I'm out. Peace.